Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 370, Wolves. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hey, Joe.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while.
It has. I believe August?
Was it really August?
If at least very early September.
Wow. Okay.
It is now, for the listener, December.
Yeah. That's yeah, I had to take election season off. And then
You did cancel on me one week because you wanted to watch the election results.
that was a bad idea.
I told you that in advance.
I thought it would be historic in a different way. And then I took the remainder of the month off to sort of recover from that. Oof.
Yeah.
This is the official End Times podcast.
I mean, maybe. Listen, we're not gonna have freedom of speech for too much longer, so we might as well just talk about movies while we can.
That's true. Yes, that's what we should talk about. That's the main thing that we should be talking about right now.
It is the only thing.
And what better movie to talk about than one that stars two famous white men?
Sure,
Just palling around.
they're buddies.
They are not wolves, they're buddies. Oh man, this was a weird movie. I don't know what I expected this movie to be, but I did not expect it to be as weird as it is.
I was. I'm trying to think of. It's been so long since I picked it. Where I even heard of it first, or whatnot. I think honestly, I came to it because it is directed by John Watts,
Right,
who is the director of the 3 Marvel Spider-Man movies.
right.
And just interested to seeing, what else he was gonna do after the Marvel Universe spat him out.
Yeah. I mean, he also did, Pink Flamingos and A Dirty Shame.
That
And
is John Waters.
what? They're different?
This is a different guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yep.
Okay. No one eats a turd in this movie.
No. Hey, I've never seen any of his movies, so if you want to put those on your little list.
Based on what I know about them, I think I'm good.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Maybe Hairspray, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Seems wholesome-ish.
Serial Mom might be kind of funny.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't know, yeah.
That'd be good. All right. I'll see what's streaming.
All right. No rush. I like him as a human being that exists. I don't think I need to experience anything that he's ever done.
I have seen A Dirty Shame.
Okay.
I remember very little about it. I remember that I enjoyed it.
Okay.
But I don't remember much about what it was about, or I feel like it's just about weird kinks.
Could be.
Yeah.
Isn't that that's his last movie, right?
I believe so.
And I think I feel like I just remember like a movie poster with Selma Blair with giant tits.
That's
Okay.
That's
yeah.
pretty much what I remember about it as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Sure.
Yeah. Oh man. I'd never seen anything else. I don't think that John Watts had done before this, other than the Spider-Man movies.
Sure. I feel like I've now seen all of his filmography.
Okay, is all he's done Spider-Man in this?
No. His first movie is a movie called Clown.
Okay.
A horror film about a guy who desperately is trying to find a party clown for his son's birthday party.
Oh, God.
And can't find one at the last minute, so he winds up renting a clown suit to be the clown.
Okay.
It turns out the clown suit is cursed.
Oh, wow.
And it basically sort of possesses him. To tie it into Spider-Man, it's kind of a little bit of a Venom type movie.
Okay.
Where the clown suit is sort of a symbiote that takes him over and kind of turns into like just a weird body horror movie.
Okay.
Where he just physically turns into a clown.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. And then Cop Car is the one that he did before the Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
I believe it's the thing that got him the Spider-Man gig. Kevin Bacon plays a dirty cop. Two kids steal a cop car for a joyride, and then they don't realize that it's his.
Okay.
And he basically chases down two children to try to murder them.
Good Lord. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I do find Kevin Bacon, modern day Kevin Bacon, unsettling. So I can see that being an entertaining role for him to play.
I would recommend it. Yeah. Clown is fine if you see it, but
Yeah.
I would recommend Cop Car.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah. And then, other than those and the Spider-Man movies, I don't know if he's done anything else, but let's say he hasn't.
Yeah. All right.
And,
Works.
I've now experienced his entire filmography. You're not supposed to be here,
I was going to say there is a cat right behind you.
Thank you for...
Is this why we stopped doing the podcast?
It's a reason why we probably should. Turns out two cats kind of harder to wrangle than one.
A little bit.
Yeah, especially when they are strong as fuck.
I remember seeing commercials for Wolves.
Okay.
And thinking that it was just going to be like an Ocean's 11 style. Like I didn't know anything about who made it, so I was like, oh, it's probably Soderbergh or Barry Levinson or I don't know who.
Just any enterprising guy who just wants to team up George Clooney and Brad Pitt again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just paying off of that Ocean's energy.
Right. And so I was pleasantly surprised that it was not just like that.
Right. Yeah.
There are definitely some visual similarities, but the dynamic
George Clooney and Brad Pitt.
It's primarily just those two guys. They look a lot like the guys from Ocean's 11.
Danny Ocean and whoever Brad Pitt played.
Brad Pittman. Yeah.
Eats a lot guy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Food business.
Yes.
But the dynamic between them here was not what I expected it to be, and it was very entertaining.
This movie is highly entertaining.
Yes.
I have been I've been on my own watching movies by myself for the last 2-3 months.
I mean, we've been hanging out still.
We have. But when I'm just like surfing around and I'm having a hard time finding movies that I enjoy. When I'm in the mood for like any kind of particular kind of thing. And this really hit a sweet spot. It's listed on IMDb as action movie, but it's not.
No, not really.
There's some minor action in it. But it's a crime thriller comedy.
Yeah.
And a very funny comedy. And I've been having a hard time finding funny comedies. I've watched quite a few and just not laughed once. And
That's sad.
It is really sad. And I laughed quite a few times during this, so mission accomplished.
Excellent. Yeah, so the basic plot is George Clooney and Brad Pitt are cleaners.
Yes.
AKA wolves. As in the wolf from Pulp Fiction, which I don't know if that's just what they call those guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
If that's just, I'm a wolf.
Yeah.
But
I feel like here the implication is they're lone wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Yeah. And then they both end up with a cub.
They do.
But yeah, they get called in to clean up the same scene by different parties.
Yes.
End up having to work together and end up sort of helping this kid who is part of it.
Right.
With an unexpected drug deal that he has gotten himself involved in. Hilarity ensues.
Yeah. I didn't... I sort of knew the basic premise that it was going to be these two guys who have to work together. And that was it. Like, I didn't know anything else about the rest of it.
That's more than I knew.
And so... I mean, we're going to spoil this movie.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's on Apple TV. If you feel like watching it, if you can fucking afford to watch it.
Right. If you have $120 to spend a month on Apple TV. Yeah, I mean, I guess I tried not to spoil it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just that there are twists and things that happen that I did not expect that I really enjoyed.
For instance, I did not think that kid was going to be in the whole movie.
Right. Yeah, he's a corpse at the beginning.
Yep. I feel like I did know that he was going to survive.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw a bit of a trailer or something like that. Instagram ad or something.
Sure.
But I figured it might be just a temporary kind of thing, But no, he makes it through the whole movie.
Yeah.
I totally should have looked up that kid's name because he's pretty delightful.
He's great. He reminded me of the Good Doctor, whose name I don't remember.
Freddie Highmore?
There you go.
Yeah, I kind of got those vibes too.
Yeah. He is a surgeon. That's all I know about the Good Doctor.
And he's extremely autistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did know that too.
Yes.
Austin Abrams
Okay.
plays Kid.
Yeah. No, never heard of him.
Yeah.
But he's great in this.
He was great.
None of the characters in this movie have names.
Oh, he's on Euphoria.
Never seen it.
I didn't recognize him from that.
All right.
He's in a movie called Do Revenge.
Okay.
Which sounds entertaining.
Sure.
And then, a bunch of other stuff I've never heard of. Anyway. Yeah, he was great.
He was delightful. I definitely got a little bit of Freddie Highmore vibes from him. Of course, I also kept thinking, why didn't John Watts just give his buddy Tom Holland a role in this?
I did have that thought when he was running through the streets in his underwear and doing Spider-Man moves over cars and jumping over fences and shit. Right? It's like, I see why they got John Watts to make this. Even though he wrote it too, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's
it's kind of just a crime caper movie, and with any good crime caper movie, things go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost immediately.
Yeah.
And it pulls off being entertaining, which also not a lot of crime caper movies can do.
Yeah. I do. There were some things that, like, I sort of predicted, like, them
Being buddies.
Yes, I figured by the end they would be buddies. Just a nice movie about male friendship.
Sure.
Yeah. No, like, just little stuff like, oh, well, these guys are in the same line of work. Obviously, they go to all the same people for everything, basically.
Sure, right,
like stuff like that it felt like they wanted it to be more twisty or like a reveal or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, obviously. Okay.
I don't know. I never got the sense of it that they were trying to make it feel twisty in those aspects. It just, just more humorous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like if they meant it to be twisty, like there would have been a lot more dramatic tension.
That's true.
In those reveals, and mostly it's just played for comedy.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just Clooney being cool.
It is. It's Brad Pitt being cool.
Yeah.
They're both being cool.
I'm more into Clooney being cool than Brad Pitt being cool.
I am 100% more into Clooney than I am Brad Pitt, for sure.
This is the second George Clooney movie that I've watched in a week.
Oh, okay. What was the other one?
Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. His greatest movie.
His best movie. Move over, good night and good luck. Step aside, oh brother, where art thou? Yeah, Batman and Robin is great.
It really is. Oh, boy.
I expected Amy Ryan to be in more of the movie.
Yeah, she really checks out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I know of her. I've seen her in things. I just, off the top of my head, can't think of what.
I think Gone Baby Gone was maybe her biggest thing. She was also Holly on The Office.
Yeah, I never watched The Office.
Okay, yeah, she was Michael's ultimate love interest on The Office.
I think she may have been in The Wire.
Oh, okay.
If I recall correctly.
I've never seen The Wire.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I'll watch The Wire if you watch all of The Office.
No. Unfair deal.
I'll watch The Wire if you watch through the Will Ferrell episodes of The Office.
From the beginning?
Yes.
No.
Okay. How many episodes of The Wire are there?
Not that many.
Okay.
I mean, it's an HBO show. Only was on for like 4 seasons. So,
okay.
Like 40 episodes, maybe.
I will curate a list of 40 episodes of The Office for you to watch.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you'll just never watch The Wire then.
I'm sorry to hear that I'll never watch The Wire. I've missed this.
Me too.
Oh, man. Also, Frances McDormand is the hotel owner. I don't know if you saw her name in the credits.
I did not.
Yeah, I caught it just in the closing credits.
Okay.
I knew I recognized her voice.
I did not recognize her voice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
I wish I would have caught that. I would have been... I guess they were in the end credits.
They were in the end credits. Yeah, she was not credited up front.
Yeah, because I spent the entire movie just waiting for Richard Kind to show up.
Honestly, same. When they get to the club and there's like a gang, head gangster or whatever there, I thought that was going to be Richard Kind.
Same. You can't tease me with Richard Kind and not deliver until like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
It's rude.
It really is.
It feels really mean. But also, once Richard Kind is in the movie, there's really nowhere else to go, so you might as well do it in the last 5 minutes.
That is fair. I am sure we're not the only ones, but there was a palpable energy that happened in the room when Richard Kind's name popped up.
For sure. I didn't know what kind of movie it was before, but then seeing his name in the credits really helped me get a grasp of what I was in for. It's like, oh, shit's about to get weird. Let's do it.
Yep. And then when he shows up, it's weird.
It's real weird. Yeah. Yeah, that was too much Frank Sinatra stuff in one place.
Said as a man with a massive Flash collection.
Yeah.
So? I'm just saying.
Okay.
Hey, I've got my own shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all dealing with our own shit.
I point a finger at you, 3 are pointing back at me. And a thumb up to God.
I'm just... Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. No, 3 are pointed back at you.
That's what I said. 1 at you, 3 at me.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Thumb up at God.
I thought you were pointing... I see.
Everybody's to blame here.
I was confused. My fingers, actually, when I point, my thumb points down, and my fingers point into my palm.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh, shit, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable.
Really?
A little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Oh, boy. We do have fun.
We do. It's been a while.
It has. I feel like of George Clooney and Brad Pitt, one of them has aged really well, and the other one has aged less so. And I feel bad for Brad Pitt.
I see what you're saying.
And I know it's not cool to judge Hollywood beauty standards, but it needs to be said.
But I also disagree with you entirely.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, George Clooney has aged perfectly.
Yes.
And rocking that beard?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
That is a great look for him.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to see from now on.
Clundog can get it.
Yeah. But I feel like Brad Pitt, with age, has just gotten better.
Okay.
When he was younger, he just kind of had just way too much of a prettiness about him.
I think that he has become a better actor.
He has definitely
For
become
sure.
100% definitely a better actor.
Yeah.
Definitely not as good as Clooney in this movie.
No.
But, there's just different skill levels.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they have good chemistry.
They do. Yeah.
And he plays this role perfectly for him.
Yeah.
But no, I think I like his face better. That he has aged a little more than when he is just the flawless, pretty boy.
That's fair.
And I think his facial hair was stupid in this.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel like he could pull off a Clooney-esque beard like he had in this movie.
Definitely not. His hair is still, wild like he's a young man.
Well, sure, but that's...
Which is weird.
If you got it, flaunt it.
I guess.
I would if I had the hair.
You're not Tyler Durden anymore.
Was I ever?
No, I'm talking to Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Sorry, not you. But also, you're also not Tyler Durden anymore.
I had an identity crisis there.
Just like the narrator in Fight Club.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I mean, not a lot of people can really pull off the spiky, frosted tip look anymore, and
Yeah.
he still kind of does. So,
I guess.
If it works for him, let him do it.
Yeah, I guess it's what we're used to seeing from him.
Yeah.
So why not?
And also, I feel like a little bit of this role, a little bit of unsaid kind of character aspect to this role in this is that he is maybe putting all that stuff on as kind of a service front.
Yeah.
Just sort of, I'm cool, I know it. And so he dresses, how he thinks, a real cool, badass guy would dress. Whereas Clooney's a little more effortless.
Yes.
And his mannerisms and how he, dresses and acts and looks.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of the fundamental difference between those two.
Yeah, I mean, maybe going along with that, Brad Pitt is trying to sort of hold on to youth a little bit more
Yeah.
than Clooney's character is. Neither of them have names.
No.
So they're just Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Yep. Nobody has a name in this movie.
Wolf number 1 and Wolf number 2.
Sure, yeah. Even at the beginning when they both wind up in the hotel room, just sort of Pitt's behavior and the way he reacts to Clooney and sort of starts attempting to boss him around. Just the demeanor is sort of someone who is just too cool for school.
Yeah.
Whereas Clooney is just sort of like, I just want to get this shit done.
Right.
It's like, I don't need to prove that I'm cool. I'm just cool. So, that's my defense of Brad Pitt in this movie.
That makes sense. And I don't know that he needed defending. I thought he was very good in this movie.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know why I felt the need to comment on their looks other than it's something I was thinking about while I was watching the movie.
That is perfectly valid and fine. And, I'm not going to lie. Just George Clooney is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I also feel like there are things about Brad Pitt as a person that are pretty bad.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
True.
Controversy acknowledged.
Yeah, there we go. I'd actually kind of forgotten about those, but yep, they're there.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Wah wah.
Yeah, well. I guess we won't watch Wolves 2 when it comes out then.
No, still wolfing around. The end has a very Butch and Sundance feel to it.
It does. But as I glanced upon the Wikipedia before we signed on here, there will not be a Wolves 2.
Yeah.
Because Apple TV fucked over John Watts.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What did they do?
They promised him a theatrical release.
Oh wow.
And they gave him one for a week before they released it streaming.
Wow.
And so he had already announced that he would do a Wolves 2. And once that happened, he said, "No, thank you."
That sucks.
Took his ball and went home.
I mean, that's kind of what streaming does.
Yeah.
Like Netflix did that with Glass Onion, and
I'm still angry about that.
yeah. Yeah.
Just somebody put that on disc, please.
Please.
Fuck's sake. Support physical media.
Anyway,
And
yeah,
if you can't pirate it.
That's disappointing. I agree. Honestly, yes, 100%. 100%. Netflix has made their money back from me by now on that movie.
Yep. Hey, we saw it in the theater.
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It really was. Glad we were awake that day.
Me too. Me too. Yeah, I don't know how they would do a sequel. I feel like the ending of this is pretty perfect.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to know
Yeah.
what happens next. Just make it up in my mind, and either they're dead or they continue to have adventures together.
Yeah. I did love on the subway when Brad Pitt is like, "You got blood on your sweater," and George Clooney reaches into his jacket and makes it look like he's been secretly shot.
Yep.
And then he just flips him off. I was worried at first that he actually had been shot,
Right?
because that would have been so lame.
That is where all of these movies usually tend to go.
Yeah,
I'm glad it did not.
it was so good.
Yep.
It was so funny.
Yeah, I liked how they bonded.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on that subway train, both yawning together, having a wild, crazy night with their new best friend, the kid.
Yeah, I feel like in a lesser movie, like those two would have ended up sort of taking that kid under their wing,
Right.
to like bring him into the wolfen business.
Sure, right. Yeah, would have been, hey, let's set up business together.
Yeah.
Like they both wind up going their separate ways, and then the kid shows up and brings them both together.
Right.
Or something stupid.
Yeah. What are we doing next, guys?
Right, yeah.
Oh, kid.
I also thought, something lame like, Amy Ryan showing back up, and being the mastermind of all of this somehow.
I thought that as well. Yeah.
Glad that did not happen.
Yeah.
There is some sort of conspiracy happening. We watched the ending twice. You said you think you got it. I think I maybe think that I think I got it.
Yeah.
Too many thinks in there, but
There's a lot of thinking.
there's a lot of thinking, and I'm still probably very confused. So.
Yeah, I mean the way that I understood it is that sort of their guy, their handler or whatever,
Yeah.
set them both up to get them killed.
Yeah.
But I may be off on who actually is doing the setup, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah. I think that's
Like the handler who we don't know that person's name or anything either.
Right.
Like I half expected it to be Amy Ryan or something in the end. But yeah, like that person like was aware of the drug aspect and so needed them to sort of finish this job, but then they became loose ends when the kid was still alive,
Right.
or no, it was
both
always
showed up at the
whoever was delivering the drugs was always supposed to get killed.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know it. Yeah, it was. They were talking very fast
Over each other.
even
Yeah.
with the subtitles. It was still hard to follow everything that they were saying. But yeah, basically, it sounded like their handler had set them up to die.
Yeah. The one part I did get somewhat confused during. So they dropped the kid off. So the kid is involved with this drug deal somehow, and ultimately he has to go deliver these drugs. And Clooney is pretty sure that he's basically. If not verbalized, basically pointed out that the kid's got to die by the end of the night anyway.
Yeah,
And probably going to get killed during this drug deal, so just let them deal with it.
yeah,
And then there's like this ambush at the drug drop-off where, Clooney and Brad Pitt have to, sort of fend for themselves in the middle of a shootout. Meanwhile, there's an entire other shootout happening that we don't see.
yeah,
And when Clooney and Pitt go to investigate that, the kid is alive still and hiding in a trunk of a car.
yeah.
And something was said, but I think I missed it because my cat was in a fucking cubbyhole that he shouldn't have been in.
Right.
And I got very confused as to what actually had happened, if he gave any kind of explanation. I don't.
If the kid gave any explanation,
Yeah.
I feel like he started to explain, and then they sort of cut him off.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the people that they were delivering the drugs to,
Right.
and then there's the Armenians,
Albanians.
Albanians. Thank you.
Yes.
From Albany, obviously.
Well, they're in New York.
They're all part of Nexium, the cult that was based in Albany. Keith Raniere sent them to brand more people. Anyway, yeah, the Albanians arrive. And there's like, and I guess just there's a shootout between all of them, or were they supposed to kill? I don't know. Yeah, that was confusing.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And Clooney and Pitt were supposed to just be caught in the crossfire.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm just saying if you had any clarification, but
Or did the drugs belong to the Albanians?
yes.
Because there was the tracker. That was how the Albanians knew where to find them.
Right.
So the people that they were delivering the drugs to, the Albanians arrived to kill Clooney and Pitt, and the people that they were delivering the drugs to, I don't know.
Yeah. It's confusing. It's fine. Whatever.
It didn't detract from my enjoyment of the movie.
Not even
understanding
Nope.
all the ins and outs of the twist.
No. Yeah. It's just plain old enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever seen The Big Sleep?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Add it to your list.
Maybe. Honestly. I won't say anything more about it in case we do end up watching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't have anything else really. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's funny.
Yeah.
Clooney is just oozing easy charisma.
Yes.
And Brad Pitt is oozing, slightly more worked up charisma.
Slightly more wrinkled, leathery charisma.
There you go. And then, that kid is delightful. I love the scene in the hotel room.
Yes. Yeah, his monologue is spectacular. Holy shit. I don't know how long that take was, but it was great.
It really was.
If this movie had been released theatrically, he should be nominated for stuff. Sorry, John Watts.
I feel like people just didn't totally care for this movie, though.
I did, at least the advertising for it came and went very quickly.
Well,
but that's just streaming.
Yeah, I mean, things get released, and then within a week, they're completely forgotten.
Yeah, because 400 other things have been released.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, honestly, the only reason I remember that this movie existed was because I had already picked it.
Right. I know, when I asked you what we were watching.
Yeah.
And you were like, Wolves! And I had no idea what that was.
Yep.
So no, this was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. I would recommend it, and get a free trial to Apple TV, or find some other means to take a look at it.
Yeah. It's worth tracking down.
It really is. Yeah. All right. So for the first time in like 5 months, anything making you happy?
Oh boy. Well, I mentioned that I watched Batman and Robin recently.
Well, sure.
My lady friend and I have been watching all of the 90s Batman movies.
Nice.
And so that was the final one in our series. And they're movies that she had never seen, either of the Michael Keaton ones.
That's, how old is she?
She's 36.
Okay,
so
she was
a little
younger than you.
A little younger than me, so yeah. But yeah, just like she hadn't seen either of those, and then she had vague memories of Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy,
okay,
but didn't know they were from separate movies. So
you know what? I feel like a lot of people get those confused, though.
Yeah,
so,
I can see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just watching those movies again, I think they all hold up really well. And getting to experience that with her was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
And it's exciting when someone wants to watch a comic book movie, and especially if it's a movie that you love. So
Right.
So that was really fun.
That's good.
That's probably what's bringing me happiness this week.
I mean, you sent me her rankings, and I disagree, but whatever.
I gave you her reasoning, and I think it's pretty solid.
I guess so.
There's a darkness to Jim Carrey that's underappreciated.
No, there is not.
Oh, how about you, sir?
Oh, crap. Gosh. I don't know. I've been watching just quite a few movies lately, and some of those have been enjoyable. And,
Yeah.
but last night I watched a longtime favorite of mine that just coincidentally happens to also be I mean, it's set at Christmas, so let's just call any movie set at Christmas a Christmas movie.
Sure, Wolf's is a Christmas movie.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't think they explicitly say it, but
When they're
in the diner at the end.
Yeah, and when they're at is it Julia or Judy or June's?
June.
Yeah, there's like Christmas decorations up and
Okay.
Christmas carols playing on
Yeah.
the radio.
Okay. Well, then it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Excellent. But yeah, there's a movie called Trancers.
Okay.
From 1985, which when I was a child, at however old I was in 1985, I used to watch this movie all the goddamn time.
Okay.
I used to pretend I used to play Trancers like in the playground. I would rope other kids into playing with me. Surely they had never seen this fucking movie.
What is this movie? And is it appropriate for you to be playing on the playground?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's a sci-fi movie starring Tim Thomerson, and it is, I believe, Helen Hunt's first role
Oh, wow.
as a 21-year-old actress.
Okay.
Tim Thomerson plays a future cop who, in the future, is he is tracking down a villain who has mind control powers.
Ooh.
Who can turn his victims into sort of zombies called trancers.
Okay.
And when they die, they sort of dissolve into like a red light or whatever. And then it starts out he has killed the main bad guy.
Okay.
And turns out that he has traveled back in time, and you can travel back in time by possessing the body of an ancestor.
Okay.
So he has traveled back in time into his ancestor, and he's turning people in 1985 Los Angeles into trancers.
Wow.
So Tim Thomerson, who plays Jack Death,
Oh, sure. Officer Death.
Officer Death.
Yeah, which is all cops.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's actually Trooper Death.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
He gets sent back in time into the body of one of his ancestors, who just also happens to look exactly like Tim Thomerson.
Naturally.
To track down the bad guy, because he is going around killing like the leaders of the future time, like their ancestors, so that
Okay.
they'll never be born.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's cheap. It's a lot of fun, and I love it, and still love it to this day. And I watched
Nice.
it last night, so it just made me real happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, there's another movie I watched the other day that's not a Christmas movie, but within 5 minutes I was like, oh, this is the greatest fucking movie ever.
Oh, Lord.
It is called The Stabilizer.
Okay.
It's an Indonesian movie starring like an American guy who sort of looks like if Sly Stallone and Kenny G had a baby together.
Wow.
And it is objectively terrible, but subjectively awesome.
Okay.
Just terrible dialogue. Everybody's horribly overdubbed. It's pure 80s mullets and baggy pants. The main character has a giant portrait of himself in his own bedroom wearing like a mesh t-shirt and sunglasses with a giant gun.
Oh, my God. Good Lord.
And I am pretty sure people died during the stunts.
Oh, no.
It is fantastic. And that made me real happy too.
Holy shit. That's amazing. Oh boy, The Stabilizer.
The Stabilizer.
I was trying to imagine like Christopher Maloney's Law and Order SVU character.
The Stabler.
The Stablerizer. Oh boy. Should I pick a movie for next week?
You absolutely should.
Well, before we started recording, I sort of went down some movies in my list.
Yes.
To see if there were any that you had seen or were interested in watching and talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick a movie that's not at all from any of those that we talked about before.
All right.
It's a movie I'm absolutely certain you've seen.
Okay.
And I hope that you are up for talking about it with me. I would like to watch The Fly.
Oh,
Absolutely.
David
Cronenberg, 1985 ish,
86.
86. Yeah. I have never seen it, and I would like to watch it.
All right. Absolutely, 100%.
Missed classic for me.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, that's hilarious that we went through all that.
I know.
Here we go.
And then I was like, oh, none of those actually sound that appealing to me right now.
All right. All is down for The Fly.
Excellent. I hope you haven't watched it recently.
It's been a year or two. So
okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
It's kind of been in the back of my head of, I should rewatch that again. So, yeah, I'm on board.
Excellent.
All right.
All right. Well, Buzz, we'll watch The Fly next week. And until then, I was going to say, until then, I hope you find what you're looking for. Until then, I hope that you keep living your life a quarter mile at a time. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at our websites view.guttertrash.net or on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at view.guttertrash.net for information about our Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. We'll see you next time.